All right, we're back, and I may still be clearing my throat a little bit. I apologize for that. I went and sprayed my inhaler, and I found another thing that helps me a lot, and don't become, oh, Gene, he's a druggie, but this CBD oil, which is a hemp oil made from the hemp plant. It's an oil, and if I spray that down my throat, it does open my bronchial tubes. It helps a lot in opening my bronchial tubes and stuff like that. It won't make you high or anything like that. It's hemp oil. Most of you know what it is. It's CBD oil, they call it, and I get it from Amazon. And it is very helpful. It really is. It helps me a whole lot. I know a lot of states are legalizing marijuana now, and I don't know what your feeling is on that. I'm kind of on the fence there, because I do know that marijuana does have some medical qualities. It really does. Of course, we're not to use to get high, I mean, people are going to use drugs, and Lord, opiates, all kind of things, people use them. But I remember back in the 70s when my wife's brother had lymphoma, and that was a long time ago. He would go get chemotherapy, and it would really make him sick then. And he would smoke a joint after he did the chemotherapy, and he would not get sick. So there are medical properties to it, folks. I mean, we can't deny that. Now, don't go tell everybody that Gene Master wants to legalize marijuana. That's not what I'm saying. But there are a lot of drugs that can make you high. And there are a lot of drugs that can make you messed up. And it's not just marijuana, it's opioids, whatever. But for medical purposes, marijuana and hemp oil and stuff like that does help. It does help people. And they make it in oil now. They can make it into an oil. And it helps neuropathy. It helps other things like that. And I have never smoked marijuana in my life. But I tried the oil one time, and it's good for pain. It's good for things like that, because someone had some. But that's who got me interested in the hemp oil, and I started trying it, and it does help open my bronchial tubes. So I'm just saying this. I'm not for people getting high, okay? Because I don't drink, I don't smoke, I'm a Christian. But and I know there's going to be people saying, well, I need it for medical purposes, when they don't. But that's going to happen, folks, no matter what you have. It's like alcohol. I don't believe that you shouldn't drink. I mean, I'm not into that stuff. That, you can't have a drink every once in a while. But if you're an alcoholic, then you got problems. So it's like anything else. You have to control that stuff. You have to control, people driving on it and all that other stuff. So you have to do that for sure. And I think the government's going to legalize marijuana one day anyway, because they can get the taxes off of it. Everything's about money to the government. I mean, it is. I mean, they're gonna tax it, and they're gonna make money off of it. So that's why the government wants it. They really do. They want it because there's money into it for them. Let's just be honest with ourselves. But this hemp oil, or CBD oil they call it, it does help my bronchial tubes. And I used to have these, after I first got tuberculosis and before I started treatment, I was having these severe asthmatic attacks at night where I could not breathe at all. And I would take that CBD oil, and I would take, now it's 1,000 milligram CBD oil, but I would spray it into my throat, and it would open up. It would open up my bronchial tubes, and I can't deny that. I just can't. So don't say Gene Messer's trying to push marijuana. Believe me, I'm not. But I cannot deny the fact that it's a drug, folks. Okay, it's a drug like anything else, and I've never smoked it or anything like that. But they can make it in oils, and if it has qualities just like any other drug, because there's a lot of drugs on the market like opioids that more people are getting hooked on, and it can help you in some way with pain, then so be it. I mean, it's good. It will help. You know, it isn't that everybody uses just like alcohol. Not everybody is a drunkard that drinks alcohol. So, but anyway, our little figure is looking good now. I don't know how I got in on that. It's just that, you know, I have used it, and it really has helped me a lot. And it's amazing how it opens my bronchial tubes. And if someone that has asthma real bad, try it. I'm telling you, it's hemp oil. It may not help you at all, but it does help me. It helps. Maybe it relaxes the bronchial tubes. I don't know what it does, but it does help me. Anyway, okay, we're getting there, folks, with our figure. Okay, now I want to take this hand and I want to go it up a little bit like that and get deep up underneath here where the hand is, and of course the thumb will be here and the hands will be here. So but okay, you see there's no face to this. There's no face at all to it. And let me come back with these but folks, you just can't deny things that will help. And I think if most people use it as a medical thing, they will not use it to get high, but they'll use it to you know, some people will, some people won't. Some people are just gonna use it as a way to get high, but they do the same thing with alcohol, you know. So, but I cannot deny the properties. At first, I was totally against it, legalizing any kind of marijuana or anything like that. Then I began to look at other drugs, just drugs that they prescribe that people take, like opioids, and these things are 3 times worse. And but I think, now I'm going to say this, and a lot of you are going to get mad probably, or don't get mad, but I think the pharmaceutical companies are not going to allow anything to be produced that they can't make a lot of money on. And if they can't make a lot of money on marijuana, or, you know, that people can get it so readily, they're not going to like that. And I'm not stupid to deny the fact that pharmaceutical companies are not making a tremendous amount of money. And they don't want competition from anything that would work. So, but to say that it doesn't work is ridiculous, because I have seen it work in my own life. The hemp oil itself. Of course, doctors will tell you no, it's stupid, it's ridiculous, don't use it. But that's another story. You know, doctors are not terrible, but they're not going to subscribe something that pharmaceutical companies say you shouldn't, because pharmaceutical companies can't make a bunch of money doing it either. So let's not fool ourselves. Money is the key to most all that stuff. Okay, let's get off that now. But if you should try it sometimes. If a lot of people are really using it now, hemp oil, and they're having good results with it. So All right. Now, let's go ahead. I'm going to draw across here the pants. All right. I'm going to cut across here. And I'm going to cut down. And let's bring this down just a little bit. Okay, just like that. Okay, we're getting very, very close to what we want. And like I said, look at your face there. See? You just sort of shape your face where it looks like a person, but you don't actually have a face on there. And we're gonna, let me cut this back just a little bit. Bring that down. Just like that. Yeah, when you start getting our age and you start having physical problems, getting relief is important. Now, I must admit that when I was working, I did not use CBD oil, excuse me, or anything like that, because I didn't want it to, because I would be drug tested, and I didn't want to give any false test or anything like that. So I would not use it at all. But I didn't have tuberculosis. Well, that's my third time to have tuberculosis, but I had it then. But I was taking a lot of antibiotics at that time. I didn't know much about it, and I certainly didn't know about CBD oil. So, okay. Well, look, he's looking good. He's looking real good. Like that, okay? And, all right. Let me wet him. And then I'll come back and show you. Let me find a place where I can wet him. Let me do this for a minute. These shoes still are a little bit long, I think. I want to bring them down just a little bit. They're just a little bit long, and I want to bring them down just a little bit. Okay, that's better. Okay, he's about finished. He's not a hard figure to do, and without having to do a face or anything like that. He's looking good. Let me bring this forward a little bit, kind of clean him up. But let me go wet him real quick. Just a second. There you go. Look at that. And of course I'm going to get the marks off of him and everything like that, but that just kind of gives you a general idea of what he looks like. And I'll show you how we do the grave and everything like that. And we will continue with our piece and with our little scene that we're going to do. And the next thing I'll be showing you how to do the scene, okay, or how to make the grave site, and then we'll cut the little cross out, and we'll be getting painted and all that stuff. But until that time comes, we'll be back with you. Thank you now.